This video will look at the history skill of significance and how we assess significance. Sometimes people use the word importance to mean the same thing as significance, but that's not quite true. They are similar, but they are different. So when we look at significance, we're thinking about how much something affects something else. And to assess significance, we have to look at four things. We have to look at the impact. So what does the factor do? What does it change? What does it alter? We also need to look at the effect it has on something. So how much change is there? How long do the changes last for? Sometimes you will be asked to look at other factors. So what else might be more significant? And therefore also relevance. So how does it compare to other factors? So something may well be more significant than something else. So that's the criteria you will use when looking at significance. So I suggest you note those down somewhere if you're going to be looking at significance a lot. So you will often in history be asked how significant something is. And again, it means looking at how much it affects something, how many people it affects, and how long for. And at GCSE, you will do that by comparing to other factors. So we'll do one all together. How significant was the plague on people? So the plague was very significant because it affected many people for a long time. It affected England massively as it led to job losses, food shortages, and changes to routines like being locked into their own houses. So notice there how I am adding my own historical information. It affected many people, with 1/3 of the population of Europe dying. So even if they managed to survive, they likely knew someone who had died. And while the Great Plague only lasted a couple of years, there have been outbreaks since, and still today it can happen. Therefore, the plague was a very significant event for people. So there you go. I've talked about how it affected people and how much, how long for, and how many people it affected. Now it's your turn to have a go at looking at significance. So how significant was the Magna Carta? So you should be referring back to your lessons on this. You should be thinking about how many people it affected, remembering it only applies to free men, so not poor people. How long it lasts for, the fact that it goes on for 800 years. But it does change things massively. The king is now bound by the laws of the land, same as everyone else. And then to tie in with our Key Stage 4 specification, how significant was the Reichstag fire in Hitler's rise to power? And you need to compare to other factors. So other things that helped Hitler rise to power could include propaganda, the Night of the Long Knives, the weaknesses of Weimar, the Great Depression, the political scheming, anything like that.